don't know how, so what's really new in here? I don't care about him. I'm actually gonna watch a video. In the meantime, a conspiracy theory video. While we're here. Don't know if I'll get in trouble for this, but I don't really care. Oh, I'm not subscribed to his YouTube channel, that's why. Let's watch the conspiracy theory about Jake Paul.
Alright.
Oh, this one's way too long. That's an hour. Oh, it's not.
Romeo.
Reading direct messages that he was getting that were trying to spell my name, I would say Sierra, Hotel, Alpha, November, Echo. So Ty translated this message that he got, and it said this. Danger, SOS. It is dire for you to evacuate. Be cautious. They are not human. I know, creepy. Now there's also a series of numbers. When they put the numbers into Google Maps, it gave them coordinates, and the location it gave was very close to Malaysia. Now this location was also very close to where the Malaysian Flight 370 disappeared, but we're going to talk about that in a minute. Let's go back to Ty. So he started tweeting direct messages that he was getting that were in other languages and also in Morse code. He took this message that he got in Indonesian and he translated it in Google, and it said, end the post you just shared about the recording on your phone. Then a bunch of people on Twitter started translating the Morse code, and they think it said, they are taking over April 18th, 2018. I know, that's what made people go fucking crazy. But it gets even weirder. So 3 days before this happened, Ty posted a tweet that said this. Okay, I am sitting in my car right in front of my house, and this guy started taking pictures of my house with flash. Then he walked away. It's 3 a.m. I am going to die tonight. And then 3 days later, he got the voice message. All right, so let's go back to what we talked about earlier, which was the coordinates. So a girl on Twitter named Erin Mahoney tweeted this. Kinda close to the last place the Malaysia Flight 370 was when it lost primary radar contact. So if you don't remember, we've talked about it before. The disappearance of Flight 370 is one of the craziest things that's ever happened. In March of 2014, the Malaysian airline Flight 370 disappeared into thin air with 239 people on board. Now, when I say disappeared, I mean literally. After air control lost contact of the plane, we never saw them again. How does that happen? How does a huge plane with 239 people just vanish? Well, then somebody replied to Erin and they said this. What if you're hearing the black box recordings? If you don't know what black box recordings are, it's basically recording everything that's happening in the cockpit of the plane so that when a plane crashes or when a plane is hijacked, we have evidence of what went down. Now, how did that black box recording get to Ty's phone? Well, a Twitter account called Uzumaki said this. Black box records the last interactions with a plane. That's why it's an SOS and save our ship. It was trying to warn us. A black box also records flight information as well, which is why it gives coordinates. If these black box recordings match the voicemail, are you saying that Malaysian Flight 370 encountered something non-human? Yes, the message was saying to evacuate because they are not human. Something or someone on that plane wasn't human. Okay, now this is when it gets really disturbing. So the last conversation between the pilot of Flight 370 and air control was released, and we are going to listen to it right now.
Malaysian 370, standby. Malaysian 370.
And for the most part, it seemed pretty standard, just a pilot talking to air control. And then it ends with the pilot saying this.
Good night, Malaysia 370.
And those were the last words from the pilot before the plane disappeared. Now, if you listen closely to the tape, you'll hear a few things that seem off. In the beginning, you can hear the pilot being pretty quick, like he doesn't really stumble over his words or his numbers. Then, later in the conversation, near the end, he starts stumbling a little bit.
Alright, 1326 Malaysian 370.
Then he keeps stumbling and adding ums and ers.
Malaysian 370.
Then, right before he says goodnight, you hear the sound of another voice. It's really quick, but listen for it.
Zero maintaining level 350.
Malaysian 370. Malaysian 370.
One of the theories is that the plane was taken over by someone or something. And when it entered the cockpit, that's why the pilot started to stumble.
Malaysian,
Then the cockpit door might have been opened again by the entity and scared the flight attendant.
Malaysian 370.
Then the pilot was forced to end the call, say goodnight, and go off the radar.
good night, Malaysian 370.
Breaking news tonight, a Malaysia Airlines flight with 239 people on board, including 4 Americans, has gone missing.
All right, now we have a pretty good theory going, right? We have this voicemail, we have the Malaysia flight information, we have a message that says the world's gonna end on April 18th. All of it is fitting together so perfectly, and then everything starts to unravel. First, Ty's Twitter account was removed. Nobody knew why. Then people started noticing that the picture of Ty on his profile was actually stolen from another Twitter profile named Homicide. So then people started saying that Ty was fake.
Malaysian 370.
Then Erin, the girl who figured out that the coordinates were actually close to Malaysia, tweeted this. Can we all just agree that it isn't true? I regret ever saying this. It was literally the most far-fetched conspiracy theory and I don't even believe it. But then, in a tweet posted by Homicide, he says that it was him that got the voicemails and it is real, but it's gone too far. I am so confused. Who is Ty? Who is Homicide? Why did Aaron out of nowhere say, never mind, it's not real? And if this all is one big elaborate hoax, who started it? So to clear everything up and figure this all out, I decided to go straight to the face from the picture. Is he Ty? Is he Homicide? I don't know, but we're about to find out.
Hell yeah, we're about to find out. So.
Okay, I'm in front of my Skype and I have Ty's, or whoever he is, Skype name, and I'm about to call. Let's see who this is.
Nice.
Oh my god. It's the guy from the picture, you're real!
Yeah, I am.
Wait, so your name is Ty?
Yes, my name's Ty.
Okay, so your Twitter name is Homicide.
Mm-hmm.
Then where is Straight Away from? Is that your Twitter?
That used to be my Twitter, but it became synonymous with, like, this whole conspiracy theory, so I changed it because I did not like all of the attention that it brought. It was a little too much for me to handle.
I don't even know where to start with this because there's so much, but let's start at the beginning. So, it is you. You are Straight Away. You're Ty.
Yeah.
So how did this all go down? Did this voicemail really happen? Was this kind of like an inside joke with your friends and it just went too big and you were like, oh fuck?
Well, it was a real voicemail. Like, that was 100% real. I really received it. I was picking my younger brother up from school. Then when I got home, I just listened to it, and it was, like, really wild. So I just, took a screen recording of it and posted it online, and I was like, this is really weird. And I just was hoping, like, somebody could tell me what it meant because I had no idea.
Right.
But it was 100% genuine. Like, I actually did get the voicemail.
Okay, so the voicemail happened, so that was real. And then all of like the figuring out what it means and the Flight 370 and Stephen Hawking's, all that stuff. What?
I don't know. Like, I was just kind of, like rolling with it because I thought they were like interesting, but I got like a little out of hand really quick because people were piecing things together that I don't know where they got it from.
Wait a minute. That makes everything even creepier because I thought you were gonna say like, oh yeah, me and my friends like conspiracies and we made this one and we all kind of coordinated it and stuff.
Yeah, I don't even like believe in like many conspiracies like at all.
And now you're living one. Now you're in one.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to be a part of like some weird creepypasta type thing, and then it like turned into that.
Well, you said people were outside of your house taking pictures, right? Was that real? Did that happen?
Yeah, no, that really did happen. Somebody had like walked up to like the front of my house, and I didn't think anything of it. I just thought it was weird as hell because like I don't know why somebody would be walking up to my house at 3 a.m.
What about the DMs? You said you were getting DMs with like numbers and like code and other languages. Was that all real?
Yeah, that was all real too. And that being said, I don't think any of the direct messages that I was receiving on Twitter were anything credible. I think it was just people, kind of jumping onto it because like a lot of the accounts that were messaging me were like just created and stuff, and like they were using like poor grammar in the languages that they were messaging me in.
Right.
So I think people were just, jumping onto it and using Google Translate to like, try and scare me.
Well, the actual voicemail itself, like, that could have been created by somebody as like a prank or something, and they could.
That's crazy. Yeah, I did just shit myself. Oh shit, let's all go to our own place and we'll meet in the middle. I guess we're all going Polar Peak. the hell is going on, bro? What the fuck is going on? Yeah, be fucking kidding me. That's just so glitchy, yo. get it.